Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm on the ground and I'm facing this kind of challenge. Wow. And I go to my office every morning, I get an address, I go to work.
Imagine you were over there.
I have done the same thing before myself. I used to come to Liberia a few years ago and I have business here and I used to go. I mean, there was nothing going on right, to be honest, because I have business in America and I have business in Liberia, but I can't stay in Liberia, but I just come here for 1-2 months. Manage things. You're not going to get anything right. Real understand because the time is too short, and then the time that required you have to work on the business every day. But the key here is that you got to have Liberia as the only opportunity. Not the only opportunity, but the only hope, your last chance. Okay. You have to consider doing business in Liberia as a last chance. Don't have option. If you have option, like if I fail in Liberia, I'll go back to America. If I fail in Liberia, I'll go back to where I came from. Once you get that thing in the back of your mind, trust me, you're not going to make it. Because obviously there will be challenges and anywhere you do business, matter of fact, there are challenges, but the challenges are even worse in Liberia. But when you come here with that mindset, let me just try. If it doesn't work, then you have an option. But if you come here with the option like, I have no other option, I have to make it happen. So that means you got to be consistent, you got to be loyal, you got to be committed, you got to make sure that thing succeeds.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Piso, and I'm really glad that you're here. Today is another episode of Lib Boots on the Ground, guys, and I'm excited again. You guys know how quick to be excited. So I have here Mr. Lester Tarr. But I'm going to let him introduce himself fully and tell you guys a little bit more about himself before we get into this chat. So,
good morning, Piso.
Good morning.
And good morning, guys. By way of introduction, my name is Lester Tarr, and I'm a businessman here in Liberia, a Liberian entrepreneur. I've been in Liberia for a number of years, but I live in America too. But I moved back here in Liberia, and I got a series of business going on in Liberia. So it's a pleasure, it's an opportunity. Thank you for granting me your platform to explain to the Liberian people or to the world so people can understand, what are the opportunities, what are the challenges with doing business in Liberia. I'm ready to give you guys a few lights on both opportunities and challenges in doing business here in our country.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you coming on the channel here to chat with us. Our Liberian people and the rest of the people that come on your channel here to get information. All right, let's get right into it. All right. First of all, I want to know when and why did you start doing business in Liberia?
I mean, all along, to be honest with you, all along, my vision had been to be a business person, to be honest, from my young time. I always have that self-motivational mind to be self-employed, doing something for myself, being a productive person. So I've always been a business-minded person. So looking at Liberia being home, and obviously that's the first opportunity I saw, to come to somewhere where I know, somewhere that I was raised, somewhere that I grew up. That's the first place that I had that leverage to come back to be able to do something. And then most especially too, with all the needs in Liberia, Liberia lacking so much things. So coming here to do business is an opportunity too, because you don't have to think a lot in terms of doing what to do, because if you come here and see the living condition, the way people live, the things that people need, and all of those things are business opportunities. So if you come here and see all of those things, you don't need to brainstorm or crack your head, to come up with ideas as to what kind of business to go into. So you obviously see the loopholes, or you see opportunities, I would call them, something to step in to do business. So, being Liberia, being home, and the challenges that are here, both of them come together, make me to really start doing something. It's been a while I've been doing business.
A long time.
A very long time.
Very long time.
Over decades,
Yeah, like you said, over 10 years. He's been doing business here. Long time.
Plus,
So it's sort of like a supply and demand kind of a thing with when you want to initiate a business, kind of like come on the ground, see what the needs are. There are going to be challenges, but come see what the needs are, and then you can move forward and to decide.
Seriously, yeah.
Okay.
That's the best step to take.
Okay. All right. All right. Well then, having said that, let's go into finding out about what kind of businesses you do in Liberia. So what are some of the businesses you have?
Yeah.
And so maybe some of the ones you've had in the past.
Yeah, sure. I will go on to explain some of those past businesses. But right now, I'm in a diversified field of business. I mean, my portfolio, diversified, because one of the important things in Liberia too, you want to spread your wings. Yeah. Although you don't want to do it too soon, especially when you're starting, you're better to start one and start small.
Yeah.
But right now, to be honest with you, you need multiple sources of income. Because there are challenges, one may not be paying, another may be paying. So I have few arms stretched in different areas of business. So I'm in the hospitality business, I'm into real estate, I'm into security, I'm into aviation security. The security is home security and aviation security. I do both of those. The aviation security, like providing security for the airlines.
All right.
Where we do like something called the flight profiling. Yeah, that's a very good business too. Even the day and night security, where you provide security at residents, at banks, at businesses. We're into that. The real estate business, construction. We're into real estate. We provide lease property, rental property, mostly commercial property like stoves, farms, We've got those property that we do rent out, and we have apartment we rent out. The hospitality business, I technically used to be into that business because I had a guest house. Yeah. But I've turned that over to a long-term lease property, so
and I will show you guys that building. I will link it on here.
Which I see as an opportunity too. So I mean, like I said, diverse area of businesses, even in the financial business too. I'm into the financial businesses. We do the micro loans, micro savings and loan.
Okay.
We do the micro savings and loan. We do the remittances, the remittance platform where you do like money transfer, receiving money, MoneyGram, Western Union, RIA, Nobel, and Boba Money, Orange Money, all those different form of remittances. So I mean, it's like stretched very thin, but it's managing. We're managing small.
Right. Yeah. So what is the name of the big umbrella company?
I mean, we actually started with the one company named Danetco. I wish I even forgot, to be honest with you. I forgot our event rental service. Yeah,
yes, that's the big one.
That's the big one. The Danetco rental service. That's the mother company for all our companies that we operate on and now. And Danetco is the key. Danetco is our mother company, and we have MELS, so we have Danetco and MELS. So but Danetco is the key, and Danetco started everything. Danetco rental we do canopy, chairs, tables. I mean, everything that you have for event. All the 9 yards for event. We provide all of those services for event.
If you guys remember, when we first opened the house in 2021, when we had that canopy we had in here and the chairs, the whole rental, that was from Danetco. And also too, the security we have in the yard here, if you guys go back and watch my security, residential security video, is from Danetco. So that we've maintained since we, built the house and we started coming back and forth, since 2001, our security company has been Danetco. So
2021.
Since 2021.
Yeah.
So that umbrella is huge.
Danetco is the mother company, and like I said, MELP. We have both merged company, both are merged. They are, like sisters company. Danetco is the mother. MELS is the business. They how they call it, the apartment. MELP Incorporated, the financial service, MELP. But Danetco, the security guard service.
All right. Okay. And then what would you say are now you got this big umbrella of different arms of the company that you're, rotating. What would you say are challenges of having all of those business here in Liberia and doing those? So what are some challenges of doing business here in Liberia?
Number one.
That are unique to you. And maybe not so much to you, but just here.
Number one challenge in doing all of those businesses, it sounds easy when I say we got maybe 5 different lines of businesses running. It sounds that easy, but I don't want it to sound easy to people. Because number one challenge is management. It's management. You have to manage all those businesses. You need policy, you need structure, you need managing staff, managing people is not an easy thing. You can't. I'm just a single person, and I'm the owner, CEO of all those different businesses that I've just announced or I just told you guys on the camera here. But the problem here is management, because I cannot be present at all these different businesses operation at the same time. So you got to have structure, you have to have system in place to manage those businesses and make sure reporting, business is done well, customer service is done well, people are treated well, and the business is receiving profit and all that kind of things. It's a serious challenge, to be honest with you, because I don't want to blame it on our people in Liberia. Like, people can say we Liberians are not serious. I don't want to blame it on that, but for some reason, management, I'm being honest, I'm clear honest with you, management is a serious problem, because management, I don't care how much training it's unfortunate. I don't want to talk about it too much, but that's the serious challenge.
It's one of the main challenges.
It's the main challenge.
Okay.
Real talk,
management and staff.
And staff, yeah. Okay. Serious. It's very serious.
Yeah. So what do you, like you say, you don't care how much training, but what do you think can maybe minimize some of those challenges? You think what might help?
Yeah, honestly, what might help, it's just consistency. You got to be consistent. You can't give up.
Hold people accountable.
Yeah, you got to hold people accountable. You got to set policy. You got to set principles, and you got to hold yourself accountable as well. And the most important thing is to hold yourself accountable. You as the owner, or the manager, or the CEO, you got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to live by example. You know, you can't just set standards, set policies, and expect the people that work for you to follow it, and you not following it, or you not making sure those policies are implemented. And most of the time, you know, people get tired. We all human beings. People, you know, stuff happens. You know, you're not, especially when you're running multiple businesses. That's what I said from the beginning. You can't start with all these different line of business. You could start small, start with one. Understand it well before you move to the next one. Because if you get your hands all stretched thin like that, you very stretched tight, and you have to manage, you will break down. It will overwhelm you. So it's a serious issue, you know. And management it's a very serious problem. I mean, I'm talking to you right now. I'm still going through the problem. I'm still going through the real talk.
I know your phone's ringing all the time, and every day you're putting out fires. Real talk. Yeah. So, but that's something for people to know.
Real talk. That one's real.
Okay. All right. 1 second here. I have some other questions on here. Okay. What would you say that is one of the major difference about doing business in Liberia and business in the West? Because you've done both. You've done business in the States and you've done business here. Yeah.
I mean, it will come down to the same management issue I'm talking about, where people being, I mean, I won't say people being loyal. I mean, loyalty do come in, but I mean, people being committed to the job, people doing working according to the policy, you know. And people here take things so lightly. People take things so casually. They don't take things serious. So they don't. And people don't.
Nobody's in a hurry to do anything.
People don't take their job serious. So I think that's a serious problem, and I think that derived from the management. It derived from leadership. The leadership is not strong enough if you're not able to press on your team, on your staff, and make sure policy are operating, they are working. People will get weary. The people are already complacent in Liberia. I think it's part of our blood, our nature as Liberian, you know, as African or black people, matter of fact. So if you're not pressing on people will not get it done. It's not like overseas where when you put system in place, people are accountable, people are held accountable to make sure things be done. It doesn't happen here. So if you come to Liberia to do business, you got to build yourself for that. You got to be ready to say, oh, look, I'm coming here, my foot's going to be on the ground, I'm going to be high, I'm not going to be afraid to fire, I'm not going to be afraid to replace or to make changes in my business or to what, you know, you have to be taking actions. You have to be taking action, and you got to be ready. You got to be like a go-to person. You got to be a handy person. Micromanagement.
Micromanagement is something that in the States or in the West, people see as being negative. Oh, this person's a micromanager. Don't need a micromanager. But actually here, you actually need to be a micromanager to really, you know, get stuff done. Because like he said, people are too relaxed. You know, so you gotta really micromanage those teams for you to make sure that they're productive. So I've seen that.
No, real talk. Because if you don't do it, your investment will lose. And you can't bring in your hard money, your time, and you know, you will regret it and you will hold your head and so you definitely have to. Because that one is obvious.
So would you suggest that people are here on the ground before they start businesses, or at least they're able to be here for a huge chunk of time in order to have a successful business. Because some people try to start businesses, they'll come for a little bit, then they go back, then they leave it with some people. Then I've seen a lot of times that's not very successful. People kind of get mad, and things not working out. They're kind of losing money, things fall apart. So do you think that's because they're not on the ground, at least full time?
That's contribute to it, to a lot of the failures in the business, to be honest, because I just told you our people here are very complacent, they are very lenient, they're reckless or don't care. So if you have to stay somewhere overseas and you come here for maybe 2 months, 3 months and start a business and you try to build team, create structure, set policy, and leave something on the ground and say, look, I will empower this person as the manager, as the supervisor to take control, and you go back overseas, wherever you go to, and you have to monitor stuff online. It's not an easy challenge. I'm telling you, I'm on the ground and I'm facing this kind of challenge. Wow. And I go to my office every morning, I get an address, I go to work.
Imagine you were over there.
I have done the same thing before myself. I used to come to Liberia a few years ago and I have business here and I used to go. I mean, there was nothing going on right, to be honest, because I have business in America and I have business in Liberia, but I can't stay in Liberia, but I just come here for 1-2 months. Manage things, you're not going to get anything right. Real honestly, because the time is too short, and then the time that required, you have to work on the business every day, every week, every month, every year. You got it's something like a full-time job because.
And people tend to be eye servants. When you're here, they will. Act like as soon as you go, everybody relax.
It's not going to work. Honestly, I don't care what kind of people you get, but. It depends on the team too. There are some people, loyalty can be there, but sometimes they don't know the right thing to do, to be honest.
They're here, but they're very far in between. So, I
mean, training comes in a lot, but it's not easy. That particular aspect is not easy. Real talk. People have the desire to come here to do stuff, but real talk, to not mislead people, I don't think it's the right thing to do. If you want to do something here, you must be ready to come here and stay here and do it, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's just going to, like, you just finding something for the people here to take from you. Real talk, or you just finding yourself another expensive, you know what I'm saying? And another headache too. Because not just the money going to your pocket, but your health, the stress, and all that kind of stuff. So. Real talk, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense.
The phone calls come in.
It doesn't make sense.
Everything to stress you out.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so what do you think that makes your businesses thrive? What made them successful? And makes them ongoing successful, and they're thriving when others have come and they start a business and they failed. What do you think is the key? To longevity.
The key here again, like I said, consistency. Consistency is one of the key. But the key here is that you gotta have Liberia as the only opportunity. Not the only opportunity, but the only hope. Your last chance. You have to consider doing business in Liberia as a last chance. Don't have option. If you have option, like if I fail in Liberia, I'll go back to America. If I fail in Liberia, I'll go back to where I came from. Once you get that thing in the back of your mind, trust me, you're not going to make it. Because obviously there will be challenges, and anywhere you do business, matter of fact, there are challenges, but the challenges are even worse in Liberia. But when you come here with that mindset, let me just try. If it doesn't work, then you have an option. But if you come here with the option like, I have no other option, I have to make it happen. So that means you got to be consistent, you got to be loyal, you got to be committed, you got to make sure that thing succeeds. So it's pressing. You got to keep pressing, right? I mean, that's some of the difference with some people that have business in Liberia that are thriving, that are being successful, as compared to other people who just come and they want to try and error. It's not going to work. Real talk.
You got to put it like 100%. I really like that point. Because if you think that you got another option, at least I can go back and do no. If you come with that mindset, then I really like that. That's a good one. Okay, all right. So, can you tell us a little bit more about like you're the head of the Danetco umbrella and the Melt umbrella, right? And so, what is your day-to-day schedule like? What is your day-to-day activity like? What can someone expect? Like, what do you do? What is your day like?
I mean, technically, I do have a busy day, depending on my schedule, but my days are very busy.
And I'm telling you guys, it's busy because we've tried to do this. Sit down here how many times? Maybe 4 or 5 times. How many years?
Yeah,
we've rescheduled. He's very, very busy.
We've been planning. Right now, I'm sitting here.
Right now, you're full going on.
Appointment, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so I have a busy schedule. I have a very busy schedule. Why I have a busy schedule? Because, like I said, you gotta micromanage your business here. You can't leave it 100% with your supervisor or manager or whoever, you know. And there are other negotiations, there are other transactions you have to oversee yourself to make sure the interest of the company is first priority.
Yeah.
So almost every day I get out of my house, I have to go. Sometimes I go to the airport. Like I commute to RIA almost every day from my house. I live in Pines. I live here in Police Academy with you. I have to go to RIA almost like every day because of the aviation security you got there. I got to go see what's going on, management aspect, flight booking. Because there are a lot of issues that come up when you don't do the right job. You get a lot of feedback from the airline, and they get fines on the company if you don't perform your job right. So they need supervision. Or those supervisors are there, people handle those processes. But as overall owner of the company, you have to show your face around and make sure these things are doing. And then like people in Liberia work with R17 when they see the big boss around, they will do the stuff right. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the event rental. I mean, I have a manager that get 100% control, that he does everything, because I can't stretch myself.
You can't.
You know, I can't. It's impossible. I can't be in 10 places at the same time or 5 places at the same time. So I have to dedicate responsibility to the people.
Of course.
But likewise, dedicating responsibility to people, you still got to be on the back. You still have to be on the back. That's why I say consistency is very important, and your face value is very important. You have to be there to measure how things going. You got to know what's happening too, and you have to be knowledgeable. If you're not knowledgeable, you just come to do business because of passion. Oh, I love to do business. I mean, it's not bad. That means you're going to learn the process, and they say you learn the hard way. You understand? So you got to really educate yourself.
You got to do your homework.
You got to do your homework. You got to do your research. When I say educate, I said not going to get business college degree, but I mean understand basic business principles and know what are the things that make a business successful.
In the place where you want to do the business.
You got to understand reporting format. You got to know how to read financial statement, other kind of thing, and know how income. You can tell the terms of income from losses and all that kind of stuff. So when you're asking questions, you ask professional questions, you ask knowledgeable questions, and the person that working for you doesn't take you to be a novice to take advantage of you. So all of those things, you have to be knowledgeable about the business you're doing. So when you're talking to your manager or talking to a staff, then they know, say, this man, I thought they will steal for you some kind of way there. So those things will happen, but at least you got to be on top of your game, you know what I'm saying? So those things help, you know. Those are the things that keep my day very busy. I have to be on my feet. But sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes too I can chill. I can help you to the crib, like I'll be home all day. You know, sometimes I stay home all day when I have everything lined up, you know. And, you know, I don't have to be out like that every time, you know. But there are certain times that I have to be out of the house like almost every other day, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I stay home, I have some free time on my hand, but mostly I stay online, just monitor stuff like communication, like the video, you know, your own video camera, watching all the different locations that you have, live camera.
Everywhere, so you're able to see where you're not there.
So you can communicate through phone or text message, you know, so those things happen too, so you can just lay back in the comfort of your home and do the management, you know what I'm saying?
From there, from on site. Okay. All right. Now we're going to pivot a little bit from the business aspect to just you being a Liberian here in living here in Liberia, boots on the ground. And so I asked this of all of our friends that come on the channel here that I have a chat with. I have another segment called Diaspora Corner that I talk to, you know, people living in diaspora, coming back and forth and doing stuff. And I also ask the same question of people with the boots on the ground. People talk about a divide among diaspora Liberians and Liberians here on the ground. Do you think, or do you see a divide? If so, what do you think is causing that divide, and what can we do to, close the gap with divide?
I mean, that's a good question. That's a very good question. It's something I've noticed, but to be honest, I don't pay too much attention to it because I don't take it too serious, but it is serious in our country, to be honest, because for some reason, there's a real division between people that live overseas and people that live here permanently, in Liberia, Liberian people that live here, because for some reason, I think I don't want to say it's a jealous factor. I think it's just a mindset. It's a thinking. Yeah. It's a mentality. It boils down to our mentality, especially us, those of us that are permanent here in Liberia, that lives here permanent on the ground. Mm-hmm. I mean, people feel, I don't know, I don't want to call it intimidation. Because when I think a little bit of intimidation, because when people come from abroad too, sometimes, people stay on that side most of their lives, and they come here, they live in systems, so they understand those systems. So when they come here, they try to live by what they have lived by all their lives over there. So when they come here, some people that are here who haven't lived overseas to understand that people come from overseas that live in different social environment, they understand system, they live their life different way. So when these people start implementing some of the ways that they live over there, then people here get intimidated by it, or people feel that they are bragging, or people feel, and then sometimes too, don't get me wrong, some of the people that come from abroad too, they look down on people here the wrong way.
Exactly.
The wrong way, which is not fair. That's not fair either. So it's a little, it's a complicated issue.
Yeah.
It's a complicated issue, but it's not good. It's not good at all. And it will break I don't know what the word to use, Liberianization.
For us coming here, the unity.
Yeah, the unity.
Like us coming together, everybody will say, let's come together and build Liberia. Yeah. But if each side has their own little quorums that's gonna, not foster that unity for us to work together and put the country up again, then that's not going to work. Yeah. So all of us have to recognize what our shortcomings are, the diaspora Liberian and the Liberians on the ground. Let's recognize what those shortcomings are, and let's try to work on it so that we can, really work together to,
It makes sense. It makes better sense, because the only way we can push our country forward is by working together in unity. In unity is very, very important, especially in the business aspect, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we always in Liberia, we complain, we cry, the foreigners got control our economy. Our Liberian would never patronize a Liberian. Our Liberian would prefer patronizing a foreigner. A Liberian would work for a foreigner, he would be he would be straight, but when he goes to work for a Liberian, he will start bending and doing stuff. So those are the different. So if we can be united, if we can work together as a team, with that Liberianization policy, that unity policy, our country cannot go forward, because at the end of the day, we are all Liberians. No matter where I come from, Asia, Europe, America, wherever, we are all Liberians, 100%. And for Liberia to go forward, it means we all got to work together, and hold together and be united. But it's a serious issue. It's a very serious issue that I know is maybe the government, or I don't know, whoever entity that is responsible to really bring Liberians together, because that Liberianization policy, that people feeling intimidated, that Liberian recognizing one another, working with one another, openly and freely, patronizing the next Liberian business instead of us, It's a long conversation. It is. It's a long conversation that we can't end.
That's why I asked that question on the chats, because I wondered, because I've been coming back and forth, GT, for many years, going on 20 years now. I've been coming back and forth every year for a long time, so I see it. I see it on that side. I see it on this side. So I really. That's something that that is something that's close to my heart. Because I do see the little bit of the divide in different aspects, and I want us to really bridge that gap. That's why I want to continue the conversation with everybody. So everybody's perspective is a little bit different on it, and then I think if we all continue to talk about it and give our 1 or 2 cents, it will happen.
Seriously, but it's a serious conversation. It's very long. It's very deep. It comes with mindset too. People with mindset.
It's the mindset.
It's
the mindset.
The mindset is a serious problem in Liberia. Very, very serious problem in Liberia. That's why a lot of stuff can pick up and can't grow. We can't get to the next level.
It's very simple. I feel like it's people's perception to you perceive this person as being this and that, but you don't really try to get to know them. How you will know that it's not really that case, but you just they come from where they think it better, or vice versa. The other person say, don't put them they lazy, they won't work, they won't eat more money. That's your perception. Okay, so once we can change our perceptions of each other and really get to know each other and our potentials, You know, that also
don't let your experience with one person determine the whole bunch of people, you know what I'm saying? Because people does that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So somebody from America might have experience with 1 or 2 person in Liberia that probably cheated them or didn't take the business right or did something wrong. And he just give that perception that everybody in Liberia are not serious. No, it's not true.
Yeah.
The same thing with vice versa. If he has something with somebody that came from America, they probably must have been bragging or acting up on you and looking down on you.
Yeah.
He's the older boy that come and they yellow down people, they think they're better.
Yeah.
No, it's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true. Now all the people that come from there, so we have to reach that gap, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a serious conversation, real talk. It's a whole different conversation that we will talk on forever. For
exactly. Let's continue to talk about it. Yeah. So last question. What is one parting statement or one word you want to give to our viewers here on YouTube, our friends on YouTube, that you wanted to know about Liberia, you know, or somebody say, hey, I want you guys to, I've been here, you know, for this long now, I'm doing business on the ground, I'm living here, this is what I want you to know, just for a parting word. It doesn't have to be about business, it can be, you know, anything.
I mean, one parting word, I mean, I will give a statement, I mean, it won't be a word. Yeah, but I would like to encourage people in the diaspora, especially people watching this video right now. If you want to come to Liberia, Liberia has so much opportunity, and Liberia is free. When I say free, we all know there's crime in every country, but Liberia is very free in terms of doing anything. So, and I mentioned from the beginning of this video, I said the house got into business in Liberia because of the challenges, the problems. There are so many problems in Liberia, and those problems come with opportunity. So if you want to come out here to do something, to be honest with you, this is the right time. It's never too late. There's opportunity here for people to go into business, and always try to educate yourself, at least have the basic knowledge. I understand you can't get 100%. I'm not talking about going to get a college degree, but at least understand the basic about what you need to do to start a business or to start a successful business. You need to train yourself on that aspect and know and have some idea on it. It doesn't, you don't have to tailor yourself to a particular business, but business in general. Or becoming successful as an entrepreneur or a financial person, whatever. You need to just give yourself that basic education. So when you come, then in that term, you know who to hire. Because if you're not knowledgeable, then you don't know who to hire. Then you go and start hiring brother, you go start hiring cousin, you start hiring friends, because those are the first people that we get across when we come back home from overseas. So you just hire them based on friendship, on family relationship. No, that's not the best thing to do. The best thing to do is to hire people who are qualified or people who are ready to do the work, but you need to have some level of qualification. So if you don't have the qualification, then you don't know how to recognize qualification, because yourself do not have the knowledge. So at least help yourself, read some books, understand basic business knowledge, and know what it takes to, you know, to start a business from scratch. You know what I'm saying? So if you have that basic knowledge, it's a go-go for you, to be honest. So, I mean, that's my advice to people listening or watching this video today. Make that your priority, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. And guys, you've heard it. You know, you've heard it from Lester. He's a successful business owner of multiple businesses in Liberia. And so, you know, take heed. You know, take some of his words, you know, put it in your, you know, your nice package, okay, and put it somewhere where you can use, okay? I will have all of his business information listed in the video in the description, but I also have it on the screen as well, where you can do the event rental stuff. Is over here in Painesville, but of course, they can come anywhere, you know, in the city.
Yeah, we deliver anywhere.
Deliver anywhere
in the country.
Anywhere in the country. Yeah. Okay, you heard that. So it's a really, you know, extensive business. You know, he do events for major events everywhere. Small, they can do small, they can do small major, big, small to big. So whatever your needs are, backyard to weddings and, you know, full events and all of that stuff. Also too, the security services, you know, I would put the phone number and the contact for that as well. And so as things develop with your other businesses and other things that he's doing, and he wants to let you guys know. He'll let me know, and I will let you guys know in future videos. But of course, this is not the last time we're gonna have Lester on here. You know, he's going to be back on this channel again to let us know about if you got something new or you want to show us something, like some of those places or businesses you're opening and stuff. You want to open and all of those, like to say the commercial stuff. Bring us there. Let's take the camera there. Yeah, and so we can share it.
The last time I saw you doing some video in Marshall.
Yes.
To somebody property.
Yes.
Right across from that person place we're doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
I thought about inviting you to our place.
Yes.
Across the road to the water side, we got some project going on there.
Oh, okay.
We got a resort. We're building a small resort there. Yeah.
Okay, and whenever you're ready to come in there, you know. You know,
and our operation too at the airport too.
Okay,
the
yes.
Aviation security.
I want to speak. I want to see that in
it's a strange business. In Liberia.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before. Like
to have a private company running operations
aviation, and security.
Yeah, with the airlines.
Wow.
Yeah, it hasn't been done in Liberia.
Wow.
And we are the first company that ever started. We started working with Delta. We work with KLM. We work with British Airways.
Wow.
We work with Air France. Right now we work with Ethiopian Airlines. We work with Air Maroc, and we work with Air Peace.
Okay.
Those are the three airlines we're working with. And we got information. We got contacted by I think it is a Qatar Airway.
Okay.
It's supposed to be coming to Liberia, hopefully.
Oh, wow.
So if they do come here, it's a possibility we might get a contract with them.
Wow.
We'll provide them the profiling. Yeah, we call that flight profiling, where we check passengers. Yeah. Protect the flight while on the ground.
Okay. That's
check the document, check, make sure no contrabands is taken on the flight, It's a good job. It's a good business.
That's a good business.
It's a very good business. It's a show income business, because you're dealing with reputable entity. And they pay your money.
And then, like you were saying, you have to have your ducks in a row, and you have to know the verbiage to even contact those companies, to pitch your business. Yeah. So that's where all of those come in, doing your homework.
Yes, sure.
So that's amazing. I would love to come over, and take a look at that and go over to the the construction place in Marshall. Yeah. So when you're ready, Jeff, let me know. We'll go there.
The apartment part is doing well. I mean, we're so high at the guest house, but we got the church people that lease the whole property.
Long-term rental.
So it's doing pretty good. Yeah. I mean, that was challenging with that day-to-day rental hospitality business. It's a challenge in Liberia. It's a serious challenge doing that business in Liberia. We don't have inflow.
The inflow probably come December to January. That's it.
So to maintain the hospitality business, the hotel service business, or guest house, is a serious challenge. They come with a lot of bills. Staff payment.
You have to maintain it all year.
You
and then when that 1 month and a half, you have to make enough business to cover you for the rest of the year.
10 months is it feasible? It's not possible. It won't work. It won't work. So those, you got to be blessed, and you got to ready. You got to be strategic. You got to hustle hard. You got to hustle hard. You got to network. You got to network very hard. You got to hustle hard to connect to the right people. And I think that's why most businesses are thriving in Liberia, because the people network, they get out there, talk to the right people, and God bless them too to meet the right client, because the clientele is what bring the money. If you don't have the right customer to bring the money to you, your business, you can spend 100 million, you're going to be a dead business. You're going to be a dead business.
That's true.
Marketing is very important. Networking is very important. Reaching
word
out.
Of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Referrals.
Reaching out, customer service, how you treat customers, because somebody come and you treat them well, they will tell the next person. So it's very important.
Definitely.
And unfortunately, our people here do not know how to do that. So that's why the headache come. But it's small,
You know what I see? And one last, what I see all the time? The businesses do this. No camera inside, nobody want to bring a camera. You got a business. Somebody has a platform that is going to show your business, and you're saying, nobody calling. I'm like, they don't understand that this is like an opportunity to advance your business, for your business to be seen.
For people to know you.
They don't understand it. I say, no recording. I mean, not to me, I don't just go randomly and record it. Some people have seen it, where people talk about it. They say, oh, these people are here. You go to other places, no recording, no dumping no phone here, record, or dumping your camera here. There
should be no privacy.
That's a wasted opportunity for exposure.
Seriously. That's true. That's what's the opportunity.
I mean, They will learn. They will come to it. Yeah.
Mentality.
Yeah.
Serious issue here too. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So that brings us to the end of another episode of LIB Boots on the Ground, and we want to thank Mr. Lester Tarr for coming and sitting down and chatting with us today. And it won't be the last time. And the next time you see him, we'll be visiting some of his sites. And guys, that's it. We will see you in the next video. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
All right.